Alright, how you doing, everybody? It's Raymond Gibbs, and sorry I haven't been posting a video lately like I promised I would have. I just have been feeling a bit under the weather and didn't want to come on my camera looking crazy and looking all uncouth. But yeah, coming with you with video number 3. Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for all the new subscribers. You know, you could have been on anybody else's channel, but you made your way over to my channel and you liked the videos that you saw and you subscribed in, and I can appreciate that. It shows that whatever I said got to you and made you feel good and made you feel some kind of way, and enough to make you want to come and like my channel, subscribe for more videos. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I do a little better with uploading videos. But this video right here is it's going to be a video on something that apparently a lot of truck drivers don't know how to do, which kind of caught me off guard because I thought it was a very simple concept. But then again, I've always been a very book smart, nerdy kind of person where I'm pretty good with numbers. But today's video is going to be on sliding tandems and weighing your truck on scales. Now, before people say, "Oh, that's not our concept," this isn't your normal kind of scale. You have the kind of scales, of course, where once you get loaded. I just finished getting loaded. Now I'm about to go weigh myself at the scale at the company. I'm at a Arm & Hammer. You probably see that big old tower in the background of the video. I'm at an Arm & Hammer plant. Just picked up a load of supplies and about to take it down to Virginia. Now, you can pull onto it that scale at a Pilot, Flying J, TA, Metro, so on and so forth. Some companies even have scales where you pull on and it gives you the different weights. It gives you your drives. It gives you, okay, God, really? It gives you your steers, your drives, and your trailer axle weights. And a lot of companies have it where you pull on their scales and they'll give you the same thing. But what happens when you come to a company where you pull on the scale and it only gives you the gross weight? How are you expected to calculate how much each axle weighs? And apparently that's a lost art and skill that a lot of people don't understand and they don't get the concept. Well, today's your lucky day. I'm at this plant, and that's how they weigh a truck. So, as you can see right now in the front of the video, I'm just lined up to get on scale. Another safety, they always get on scales very slow. You see some drivers get on these scales and they fly onto them. Don't do that. It's not safe. It's not safe or responsible. As you can see in the video, there's a little box in the corner, and it shows right now there's no weight on the scale. What you need to do in order to find out how much you weigh and if your axles are in compliance with the law, is you need to pull them all one at a time and do some very simple math from there. So what I'm going to do is drive forward very slow. I'm in first, second gear. Whenever you come on scale, you need to be in first, second gear. It's safe as you just be going slow. It is what you need to be doing. All right. You will pull up to the scale. You will put your first set of axles onto the scale, which will be your steering axles, and you will stop. All right. Now it will bring you to that number. Okay. However much they weigh. Right now, and you need to write them down. You need to have a pen and paper handy to write down the numbers that this scale is going to give you in order for you to figure out if you are within legal compliance. All right. So the first set of numbers is, all right, steers are on 11,200 pounds. Okay. Once you do that, get that first number, you need to go ahead and put on your drive axles onto the scale. And you can look in your mirrors, you'll see the drive axles, all right? Pull onto the scale with your drive axles. At this time, you will look in your mirrors, verify that your drive axles are on, yada, yada, yada. Now, it will give you a second number, a very large number. Well, not too large, not ridiculous, but it will give you that number, all right? The second number is the combination of your steering axle plus your drive axle. It will give you the weight between those two combined, steer and drive. All right. Right now, it is currently showing me 43,100 pounds. Now, once you get that number down, you'll pull onto the scale all the way. So you'll have your steering, your drives, and your trailer axles onto the scale. It will give you the gross vehicle weight, the GVW. That's why when you look on semis, it will say GVW is no more than 80,000 pounds. It's 80,000, right? You'll verify, make sure that you're on the scale where you need to be. Alright? Now, scales, if they're balanced properly, you should be able to actually let off the brake. Don't have to engage any other brakes, just let off the brake, and it will go ahead and just the truck won't move. Now, as you can see, it's going to kind of flicker a little bit, but right now it is showing that my gross vehicle weight for the truck total is, I'm going to round up and say 78,000 pounds. As you can see, it keeps flickering. Now, after this, pull off the scale, make room for other drivers. That's the right thing to do, because there's going to be other people who want to get on scale, not just you. Especially when it's a free scale. Some places make you pay to use this stuff, but not here. You get on, you do your thing, you call it a day. You roll off the scale, and you come to a safe spot to where you can slide your tandems, alright? I'm coming off the scale completely, and I'm going to swing over here and get out in front of these trailers that nobody's using. They're just sitting over here. I'll be out the way of everybody. It also allows room for another truck to get onto the scale. Now I'm going to take the camera off the mount and show you the numbers that were written down. I'm going to show you how to do the math properly. Alright? Here we go. Make sure you're within compliance. Now, here we have the steers, 11,200, steers and the drives, 43,100 pounds, and the gross vehicle weight, which is 73,000 pounds, excuse me, 78,000 pounds. In order to find, as we all know, I'm assuming anybody watching this is probably already a truck driver or about to get into it. If you're not, either way, I'm going to lay down what the law states. Your steers cannot be any more than 12,000 pounds, which is a little iffy because then again it also gets into the rating of what your steers are meant to be able to handle. But rule of thumb, 12,000 pounds. Your drive axles cannot weigh more than 34,000 pounds, and neither can your trailer axles, 34,000. That's how you get the gross vehicle weight. Now if you look and add those numbers, 000, 4 plus 4 plus 2, that's 10. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1, carry the 1, that gives you 8. That's how you get your gross vehicle weight of 80,000 pounds. 12,000 on the steers, 34,000 on the drives, 34,000 on the trailers. You can never exceed those numbers. Now, when these numbers right here, as you can see, don't look anything like those. Yeah, you're probably looking like, oh my God, these things are crazy. This is how you figure out your weight. Your steers are what they are, all right, 11,200. Now, once you do that, in order to find what your drive axles are, remember, when you pulled onto the scale a little bit more, you pulled on with your drives and your steers. So it gives you the combined weight. So with that combined weight, subtract what you got from your steering axle and it will give you your drives. So you go down here to your calculator or whatever method you want to use. 43,100 minus 11,200. That gives me 31,900 pounds. So my steers are effectively 31,900 pounds. Now, you need to find your trailer. What you need to do is subtract your drive axles and your steer axle weight from the total weight of the vehicle. So I got 78,000 pounds on the scale. So I'm going to go down to my calculator, type in 78,000, alright, 78000 minus 43,100. Because remember, you need to take the gross vehicle weight minus the weight of the drives and the steers to give you the trailer axle weights. And that puts me at 34,900 for the trailer. Excellent, because now I can show you how to slide tandem. 34,900. 34,900 pounds. Now that is exactly 3,000 pound difference. Now, some people will just say, oh, just slide it a few holes, you know, just to make sure your weight is underneath 34,000. Yes, you could do that, but what I like to do and what I was taught to do, you don't always have to do it depending on how much weight you're carrying, but when you have a nice amount of weight, this is what I personally like to do. I will take this weight right here. You want to find the middle point between the 34,900 and the 31,900. So what you need to do, I mean, obviously it's 3,000 pounds, but it's not always going to work out this simple. I just got lucky for this video. What you need to do is subtract 31,900. You need to subtract 31,900 from 34,900 and divide it by 2. 34,900 minus 31,900 equals 3,000 pounds. Obviously, very easy number to calculate. Didn't need a calculator for it, but we're going to use it because not everybody's a numbers kind of person, so some people need to see the proof in the pudding. Divide it by 2, and that's how much weight you need to move. 1,500 pounds. You need to take 1,500 pounds off your trailer and put it onto the 31,900 pounds, because I'm going to show you what's going to happen, what you should come out to. Alright, 31,900 plus 1,500 pounds, that will equal 31,900, 33,400. 33,400. Alright, that's the calculator shows, that's what this shows. Now 34,900, alright, 34,900 minus 1,500 pounds, because you have to remember, if you're taking the weight off of this right here, it has to go onto there. The weight just doesn't magically disappear. So if you're removing the weight off of this, you're adding it to this tandem, your steer axles. And if you're moving the weight off the steer axles, it goes to the trailer. Now, as you can see, 34,900, I'm going to type it in again, 34,900 minus 1,500 pounds. That will put you at minus 1,500, as you saw, I typed in the calculator, 33,400 pounds. Voila. Now, if you subtract that weight and move it around, you'll equal out the tandems. They'll both have equal weight. Now, what that does is essentially you're gonna hit bumps and whatnot. It's gonna kind of make the truck into like a whipping kind of action. So what you need to do is try to eliminate that as much as possible. It's gonna happen, but it is what it is. Now, remember, our steers were very light and our trailer is very heavy, which means we need to put more weight onto the steer axle. So we need to slide the trailer forward and put more weight on the, thus it makes it essentially, if you say you're sliding the tandems forward or backwards, you need to slide these tandems to the rear a little bit, thus putting more weight onto the drive axle of the truck. So I'm going to take the camera outside and show it. By the way, I need to move 1,500 pounds, which means each hole is equivalent to roughly 250 pounds. If I need to move 1,500 pounds from my trailer onto my steers, 1,500 divided by 250, because like I said, each hole is 250 pounds. Let's do the math, see how many holes it is. 250, 500. 750, 1,000. 1,250, 1,500. That is 6 holes that I need to slide my trailer forward to put the weight onto my tractor. So this is what you're going to do. I'm not going to use my gloves and keep it moving. Now, this is going to be a lengthy video. I wasn't trying to make a lengthy video, but it's looked like it's going to turn out to be one. Alright, as you can see, the pins, right? When you pull this handle right here, it releases these pins, alright? This pin right here was poking out through the handle before, through the hole before, now it's not, alright? So what I want to do is slide it forward by 6 holes. So, and that will effectively remove the weight from the trailer and bring it forward. So what I'm going to do is count 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is hole number 6 right here. Okay? So, be in your best interest to find some kind of way to mark it, alright? I like to use a Sharpie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hole number 6. Now, what I will do then is slide the trailer forward on that axle. Alright? I'm going to find a way to prop this phone up so you can actually see it when I do it. All right. I'm going to basically keep the trailer brakes set, and I'm going to release the tractor brakes. I'm going to slide it. So it's going to keep the rear wheels stationary while the trailer slides on the tandem. I'm going to put my phone down here and leave it to record while I get inside the truck and do it. Remember, 6 holes. 6 holes. Alrighty, so sometimes it gets a little rough, gotta fight it a tad bit. As you can see, the tandems are slid. That pin is effectively in the hole that I was aiming for, the one with the Sharpie mark on it. Now, we're gonna come back around to the scale, and if my calculations are correct, I should be even on the drives and the steers, if not even, just about even. Just about even. So I'm going to drive around again, drive back around. Sometimes it can be a lengthy process, that's why it's a long video. I'm going to drive around again, and I'm going to hop back onto the scale, and I'm going to weigh the truck again. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of driving all the way around this little daggone factory again, I'm going to hit a U-turn right here. Don't know if I'm allowed to, but you never know unless you try. Nobody said anything, so I guess it must be slightly okay. As you see, as you'll see in a second, there's another person on the scale. So I'm going to have to wait my turn, just like I said before. Sometimes you're going to have to wait. And once you're done on the scale, you need to hurry up and get your behind off, because you'll hold up other people. It's just a common courtesy right thing to do. Once you get your weights, get off the scale. Jesus Christ, can't go. No, not gonna mess up my video. pull up, get into position. Sometimes you gotta wait. Alright, there's the badge, the bone right here since you want to take his time. Now, we're gonna whip out the pin, the almighty pin. We're gonna whip it out and do the math all over again. And this time you'll see how the tandems are adjusted and how they're the way they need to be within the right weight compliance. So, as I stated, steers cannot be more than 12. Steers cannot be more than 12. Drives cannot be more than 34, and your trailer cannot be more than 34. So once again, you will pull forward. Come on, man, get off the scale. Drive. Take me sweet time. All right. Tears out at 0. Bring the steers onto the scale. Once again, it's showing my steers. Now it's showing my steers at 11,240. Kind of a negligible difference. It's not always going to be right, depending on the way the fuel is sloshing in the tank, where I'm sitting my fat ass, how forward or far back my chair is. Everything can change it. Anything can change it. All right. Now you bring your drives and your steers onto the scale. Now you will see it is showing them at 44,720. All right. Now I'm going to readjust the camera so you can keep an eye on the actual number when I pull forward some more. Now, pulling forward continually, I will bring the entire truck onto the scale once again. $77,800 pounds. Okay, now I changed the weight a tad bit. Let me see if I can bring a little bit more of the trailer onto the scale. I mean, the whole trailer is on it, but that's just kind of a weird difference. There we go. Release the brakes, get my foot off it. Now it's at 77,920. I'm just going to go with 78,000 again. Round up. If you had to make the truck a little bit heavier, then your air is going to be, well, a little bit different. But it's going to air in the way that you want it to air. Now, got my weights. I will pull off the scale. Something that other man didn't do. Just want to keep on playing around. Pull off the scale. Get out of everybody's way. So probably would be somebody that wants to get on the scale behind you. There's nobody behind me, but it doesn't stop the fact that somebody may want to while I'm sitting here playing with my calculator. I'll again pull around to where I was at before. I don't know what Old Dominion's got going on, but it's like probably a flat tire. That's what it looks like. Alright. Pull around here. Now I'll whip out the calculator and do the math for you again. Here's my new set of numbers down there. Alright. 11,240, 44,720, 78,000. Without the calculator, alas, now we will see. The drives minus the steers. Drives minus the steers. 44,720 minus 11,240. That will bring my truck weight to 33,480 pounds. So like I said, 33,480. Now, pretty daggone close. Alright? The way the fuel is sloshing in this way is a tad bit different than the way the fuel is sloshing in this way. And like I said, each hole roughly will make you lose or gain 250 pounds per hole. It just depends on the weight, the placement of the load. So many different things can change the weight just infinitesimally to where you can change it. You can slide the tandems the exact number, and it should be an even number, but it still doesn't come out to the way that you thought it would. But it's still not going to be off. It's going to be off like 50, 60 pounds. It should never be off by 200, 300 pounds, and that means your calculations are wrong. But if you're but when you slide the tandems and then the weight might be off by 20 to 60 pounds, then yeah, 20 to 100, then yeah, then you're basically right. And as long as you're legal before you leave, that's all that matters. Now, I'll take the 78,000 and take away 44,720 from it to give me my trailers. Alright. Now, that brings my trailers to 33,280. Now, like I said a second ago, sometimes fuel sloshes, the wind blows, God might sneeze a little bit harder than he normally does. It's going to change your numbers that you calculated by an infinitesimally small amount. As you can see, 80 pounds extra here and 120 pounds different. So yeah, like I said, anywhere between 20 to 100 to 120 pounds, it might make a difference. But as you can see, now the weight of the trailer is distributed evenly on the drive's trailer axles, and you're within compliance, and you don't have to worry about getting a ticket for this kind of issue going down the highway. Alright, so that's how you slide the tandems. More specifically, that's how you use the scale when it only gives you a gross vehicle weight. That is how you use a scale where it gives you one total weight and how you have to do the math. There's very few videos on this on YouTube that I've come across. So now mine is added to the mix. If you're not sure how to slide them, you know, there's plenty of videos on there. I just showed you mine, but take it carefully and slowly, and you don't have to worry about leaving the yard until your load is the way it needs to be. I don't care if your company tells you to drive an overweight trailer, don't do it. My company tried that one time, and I told them no, it is what it is. Got the company to take off one pallet. If your trailer is overweight, don't drive it. You will catch that ticket if you go into the scale house. And you also need to report your fleet manager or whatever your company calls it. You need to report that person for trying to get you to drive an illegal load. But get your load the way it needs to be before you leave that company. And that's it. Alright? Thank you for watching this video. It's longer than I expected. But if you like the content, you like what you saw and what you heard, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will definitely start doing better with dropping more videos. So yeah, this is Raymond Gibbs signing off. Thank you. Have a great day.